If you are a United States citizen over the age of 70 and you have plans to travel internationally anytime in the coming years, what I am about to share with you today could save you from a nightmare that has already trapped thousands of unsuspecting seniors. There are new passport renewal procedures and requirements that have caught older Americans completely off guard, leaving them stranded, missing flights, losing money on non-refundable trips, and in some cases being denied entry to countries they have visited dozens of times before. And the most frustrating part is that many of these problems could have been easily avoided if only someone had warned them about these traps before it was too late. I want you to imagine something for a moment. You have been planning a trip for months. Perhaps it is a cruise you have been dreaming about for years. Perhaps it is a visit to see grandchildren living abroad. Perhaps it is a bucket list journey to a destination you have always wanted to experience while you still have the health and energy to enjoy it. You arrive at the airport excited and ready. And then, at the check-in counter, you are told that there is a problem with your passport. Your heart sinks, your plans crumble, and suddenly, instead of embarking on an adventure, you are scrambling to figure out what went wrong and whether anything can be done to fix it. This is not a hypothetical scenario. This is happening to real people, real seniors, real travelers who did everything they thought they were supposed to do. And if you are watching this video right now, you have the opportunity to make sure it does not happen to you. That anxiety you might be feeling as I describe this situation is completely understandable. For seniors who love to travel, your passport represents freedom. It represents the ability to explore the world, to connect with family across borders, to fulfill dreams that may have been postponed during decades of working and raising families. When anything threatens that freedom, it touches something deep and personal. And I want you to know that I take that seriously. I am not here to scare you unnecessarily. I am here to make sure you have the information you need to protect your travel plans and avoid the pitfalls that have caught so many others by surprise. My name is Sophia, and I am the voice behind ClearPath USA Daily. This channel exists because I believe that every American, especially seniors who have earned the right to enjoy their retirement years, deserves access to clear and accurate information about the rules and regulations that affect their lives. I am not a lawyer. I am not a government official. What I am is someone who spends countless hours researching these topics so that I can translate complex bureaucratic procedures into plain English that makes sense. And today, I am going to walk you through everything you need to know about the new passport renewal landscape and the specific traps that are catching travelers 70 and older. Now, before we dive into the specific issues, let me provide some context about why passport procedures have become so complicated recently. The global pandemic disrupted government services in ways that are still being felt years later. Passport processing offices faced massive backlogs, new security protocols were implemented, technology systems were updated, and along the way, certain requirements changed in ways that were not always clearly communicated to the public. Add to this the fact that many seniors had not needed to renew their passports during the pandemic years because travel was restricted, and you have a perfect storm of confusion. People who successfully renewed passports a decade ago are now discovering that the process has changed significantly and the old assumptions no longer apply. The good news is that once you understand these changes, navigating them is absolutely manageable. The passport renewal system is not designed to trap you or prevent you from traveling. But there are specific pitfalls that can cause serious problems if you are not aware of them. And seniors over 70 face some unique challenges that younger travelers do not have to worry about. These include issues related to passport photos, processing timelines, name discrepancies from decades-old documents, medical considerations, and the growing number of countries that have implemented their own passport validity requirements beyond what the United States requires. Over the course of this video, I'm going to cover each of these traps in detail. I'm going to explain exactly what the problem is, why it particularly affects older travelers, and most importantly, what you can do to avoid it or resolve it if you are already caught in it. By the end of our time together, you will have a complete understanding of how to ensure your passport is in proper order and how to protect your travel plans from unexpected complications. I also want to emphasize something important. The vast majority of passport renewals go smoothly. Millions of Americans renew their passports every year without any problems whatsoever. The issues I am going to discuss today affect a minority of applicants, but that minority includes enough people that the problems are real and worth taking seriously. If you follow the guidance in this video, you will dramatically reduce your chances of encountering any of these obstacles. So whether you are planning a trip next month or next year, whether your passport expires soon or you are just thinking ahead, stay with me through this entire video. Let me now walk you through the specific passport renewal traps that are catching seniors over 70 off guard. Understanding each of these issues will help you take the right steps to protect yourself before problems arise. The first major trap involves the 6-month passport validity rule, and this one catches more travelers by surprise than perhaps any other issue. Here is what happens. Your passport does not expire for another 4 months. You assume everything is fine because your passport is technically valid. You book your trip, pack your bags, and head to the airport. And then you discover that the country you are traveling to requires your passport to be valid for at least 6 months beyond your date of entry. Your passport does not meet that requirement, and you are denied boarding. Trip canceled, money lost, dreams shattered. This is not a United States rule. This is a requirement imposed by dozens of foreign countries, and it applies regardless of how old you are or how many times you have visited before. The list of countries with this requirement includes popular destinations throughout Europe, Asia, the Caribbean, and beyond. The trap is particularly dangerous for seniors because many of us have passports that were issued when we were younger and traveling more frequently. Now that passport is approaching expiration, and we do not realize the foreign validity requirements until it is too late. The solution is simple but essential. Always check the specific entry requirements for every country you plan to visit and begin your passport renewal process at least 9 to 12 months before your passport expires. Do not wait until the last minute assuming you have plenty of time. The second trap involves passport photograph requirements, and this one affects older travelers in ways that can be both frustrating and embarrassing. The State Department has very specific rules about passport photos, and those rules have become stricter in recent years due to facial recognition technology used at borders around the world. For seniors, several issues commonly arise. If you wear glasses, you may not wear them in your passport photo under current rules, even if you have worn glasses in every previous passport photo you have ever taken. This surprises many older Americans who have been photographed with glasses for decades. If your appearance has changed significantly since your last passport was issued due to weight changes, hair loss, aging, or medical conditions, your photo may be rejected for not meeting technical specifications. Or worse, you may face problems at border crossings when agents question whether the person in the photo is really you. Additionally, certain medical devices, head coverings for non-religious reasons, and other items that seniors might wear are not permitted in passport photos. The solution is to get your passport photo taken at a professional location that specializes in passport photos and understands current requirements. Do not use old photos or try to take photos yourself. Explain any concerns about your appearance to the photographer and ask them to verify that your photo meets all current specifications before you submit your application. The third trap involves name discrepancies, and this is an issue that disproportionately affects older women, though it can affect anyone whose legal name has changed over the decades. When you apply to renew your passport, the name on your renewal application must match the name on your current passport. If you have changed your name due to marriage, divorce, or any other reason since your last passport was issued, you must provide legal documentation of that name change. This seems straightforward, but here is where it becomes complicated. Many seniors have changed their names multiple times over a lifetime. Some have documents with slight variations in spelling or formatting. Some have lost the original documentation from decades ago and must obtain replacement copies. Some have names on birth certificates that do not match names on marriage certificates that do not match names on current identification. Untangling these discrepancies can delay your passport application significantly. The solution is to gather all your legal documents before you begin the renewal process. This includes your birth certificate, all marriage certificates, any divorce decrees that include name change provisions, and court orders for any legal name changes. Review these documents carefully to ensure they create a clear chain from your birth name to your current legal name. If there are gaps or inconsistencies, address them before you apply. The fourth trap involves processing times and the false sense of security that the standard timeline can create. Currently, routine passport processing takes 8 to 11 weeks, and even expedited processing takes 5 to 7 weeks. These are estimates, not guarantees, and during peak travel seasons or when backlogs occur, actual processing times can be significantly longer. Many seniors make the mistake of counting weeks on a calendar and assuming their passport will arrive exactly when the government estimate suggests. They book non-refundable travel arrangements based on these assumptions, and when their passport takes longer than expected, they face impossible choices. The trap is worsened by the fact that once your application is in process, your old passport is no longer valid for travel. If you sent in your expiring passport with your renewal application and the new one is delayed, you cannot travel at all until the new passport arrives. The solution is to build substantial buffer time into your planning. Apply for your passport renewal at least 4 to 6 months before any planned travel, even if you pay for expedited processing. If you have upcoming travel and your passport is already in process, monitor your application status online and be prepared to contact your congressional representative's office for assistance if there are unexpected delays. The fifth trap involves online renewal eligibility, and this one confuses many seniors who are trying to take advantage of the new online passport renewal system. The State Department has introduced online renewal as a convenient option, but not everyone is eligible to use it. There are specific requirements regarding how recently your current passport was issued, whether you have had name changes and other factors. Many seniors excitedly attempt to renew online only to discover partway through the process that they do not qualify, and they must start over with a paper application. This wastes precious time that could push your renewal past your travel dates. The solution is to carefully review the eligibility requirements on the State Department website before you begin any renewal process. If you have any doubt about whether you qualify for online renewal, it is safer to use the traditional mail-in application from the start rather than losing time to a failed online attempt. The sixth trap involves medical and mobility considerations that affect seniors more than younger travelers. If you are unable to travel to a passport acceptance facility in person due to health or mobility limitations, special procedures exist, but many seniors do not know about them until they are already in crisis. Additionally, if you need a passport urgently due to a medical emergency abroad involving a family member, expedited processing through a regional passport agency may be available, but navigating this system while under emotional stress is extremely difficult. The solution is to plan ahead while you are healthy and mobile. Do not wait until a crisis forces you to renew your passport under emergency conditions. If you have mobility limitations, research the special accommodation options available through the State Department before you need them. The seventh trap involves trusted traveler programs and how passport renewals can affect your enrollment in Global Entry, Nexus, or TSA PreCheck. Many seniors have enrolled in these programs to make airport security easier on aging bodies. What some do not realize is that when your passport expires or is renewed, you may need to update your trusted traveler profile with your new passport information. Failure to do so can result in your trusted traveler privileges not working when you arrive at the airport, forcing you into regular screening lines that you thought you had escaped. The solution is to immediately update all your trusted traveler profiles whenever you receive a new passport. Do not assume the systems communicate with each other automatically. Take the time to log in and verify that your current passport information is correctly linked to your accounts. Now that we have covered the major traps, let me give you a comprehensive action checklist that will help you navigate the passport renewal process smoothly. Consider this your personal protection plan for worry-free travel. Action 1 is to check your passport expiration date today, right now, before you forget. Look at the actual document, not just your memory of when you think it expires. Note the date and count backwards at least 9 months. That is when you should begin the renewal process for any future international travel. Action 2 is to research the entry requirements for any countries you are considering visiting. Do not assume that because you visited a country before, the rules are the same. Requirements change, and the 6-month validity rule is widespread enough that you should always verify before booking travel. Action 3 is to gather all your supporting documents before you start your application. This includes your current passport, certified copies of your birth certificate, all marriage and divorce documentation if applicable, and valid photo identification. Having everything ready before you begin prevents delays and reduces stress. Action 4 is to get a proper passport photo taken at a professional facility. Explain that you need a current passport photo that meets all State Department specifications. Review the photo carefully before leaving the facility and ask questions if you have any concerns about whether it will be accepted. Action 5 is to decide whether you are eligible for online renewal or need to use the traditional process. Read the eligibility requirements carefully and honestly assess whether they apply to your situation. When in doubt, use the paper application to avoid wasted time. Action 6 is to build generous buffer time into your travel planning. Never book non-refundable travel based on the assumption that your passport will arrive by a specific date. Give yourself months of cushion and keep your plans flexible until your new passport is physically in your hands. Action 7 is to track your application status regularly once you have submitted it. The State Department provides online tracking tools. Check weekly so you are aware of any issues or delays as early as possible. If something seems wrong, do not wait and hope it resolves itself. Action 8 is to update all your trusted traveler profiles immediately upon receiving your new passport. Log into Global Entry, TSA PreCheck, Nexus, or any other programs you are enrolled in and verify that your new passport number and expiration date are correctly recorded. Now, I want to take a moment to offer some reassurance because I know this video has covered a lot of potential problems and it might feel overwhelming. The reality is that most passport renewals go smoothly. The State Department processes millions of passports every year, and the vast majority of applicants receive their documents without any complications whatsoever. The traps I have described today are real, and they do catch some people, but they are not inevitable. By watching this video and educating yourself about these potential pitfalls, you have already taken the most important step toward ensuring they do not affect you. You have spent a lifetime navigating complex systems and solving difficult problems. You have raised families, built careers, and overcome challenges that younger generations cannot even imagine. A passport renewal is well within your capabilities, especially now that you understand what to watch for and how to prepare. Do not let fear prevent you from traveling and enjoying the adventures you have earned through decades of hard work. If you found this information helpful, please share it with other seniors in your life who love to travel. Your friends, your siblings, your fellow retirees at church or the community center may be planning trips without knowing about these potential traps. By sharing this video, you could save someone from a devastating experience that ruins their dream vacation. And if you want to stay informed about travel regulations, senior issues, and other topics that affect your daily life, make sure you subscribe to ClearPath USA Daily and turn on notifications so you never miss an important update. This channel exists to serve you with clear, accurate, and compassionate information delivered in a way that respects your intelligence and values your time. Thank you for trusting me with your attention today. Thank you for being part of this community of informed and empowered seniors who refuse to let bureaucratic confusion stand between them and the lives they want to live. Your passport is your gateway to the world. Protect it wisely, renew it early, and may your future travels bring you joy, adventure, and precious memories with the people you love. Stay informed, stay prepared, and I will see you in the next video.